see, change is inevitable. So it's never too late to make a difference as an individual. Because we got to do that to become better as a whole. All for one, and one for all.
Good afternoon, Wolfpack. How the fuck are we doing? Let me do a quick mic check because I did not set that up to begin with. My bad. Let me see where we at. Give me one quick second, guys. Should have had this all pulled up, right? Learn lessons. Learn lessons. Hopefully, I'll learn my damn lesson here soon. Need to make sure this mic is working. How y'all doing tonight or today? Today, this afternoon. How are y'all doing this afternoon? All right, give me a quick second. Oh, and Facebook wants to be slow. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do shit. There we go. Well, you can't exactly tell. Yeah. If I sound like shit or not. How y'all doing this afternoon? Give me a quick second. Thought I had this all set up. Okay. All right. Hopefully the give me a comment, whoever's watching, and let me know that the mic is working correctly. Pretty sure it is. So, all right, we're gonna go on. Give you a quick little update from yesterday and how I was feeling. If you didn't catch yesterday's live, then I was having a pretty rough day yesterday. Come to find out, I think what it really was is lack of sleep and mental exhaustion from the day before yesterday, where I was, did 3 lives in one day and was, spent all day at the computer setting everything up. It was just complete mental exhaustion. And learned my lesson a little bit with that. We'll see how that goes in the future, but I was basically trying yesterday. I was trying to pour from an empty cup. And funny thing is, if you heard me, kind of say something yesterday about, uh, just feeling down on myself. That's really what it was. I was just feeling down. It was basically like being on some kind of drug, to where I was feeling real high the day before yesterday with the interview and everything, and then yesterday was like I was going through withdrawals, or like I was real low. But I feel a lot better today. A lot better. You can probably hear it in my voice and everything like that. But that just goes to show you, I want you to take an important lesson from yesterday. It just goes to show you that you can't pour from an empty cup. Even me with, everything I'm trying to accomplish and everything that I do already, that sometimes you're just drained and you need to listen to yourself, and you need to, relax and rest a little bit, and do the thing we've been talking about here a lot lately, is facts over feelings, evaluating and evolving yourself. And what I'm really talking about with like facts over feelings, I had to sit down yesterday and prove to myself, like, I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling down in the dump. I feel like I'm, not doing good enough. I feel like, all this different shit. I had to go back yesterday and reread some messages, and that people have sent me and telling me how much I have changed and affected their lives. And I had to also go back and reread some comments. I had to go back and listen to, a live or two, I had to go have a conversation with a few friends, and it was kind of crazy yesterday because I'd sent out like two or three. It was three personal messages to a few people that I want to interview because I find them interesting. I find them, knowing they're, kicking ass in life, even though they may have, freaking other things going on. And kind of just like, with the whole Bethany thing, didn't get a response for most of all day. And I eventually later in the evening, after I got off live, these people finally messaged me and was just like, oh, sorry, I was busy or this and that, freaking love to do an interview. So now for just from yesterday, there was, three more interviews that's going to be added, just like the other one was done with Bethany Howman the other day. And still waiting on to hear nonprofits, but I may be leaning more towards, interviewing regular people that don't have, that it may be just starting a business or that doesn't have a nonprofit organization. I still want to do those. I still want to do the original plan. Uh, they're just a little bit harder to get a hold of and convince of doing this, especially, with the businesses and everything they're running. I know, freaking, it's all going to take time. It's all going to take time. So I'm not giving up on that idea, but we're kind of adapting and overcoming, right? We're adapting and overcoming the situation. And I had some pretty good feedback from the live I did with Bethany the other day. And I think I want to add more into that. I want to add more into that, showing you guys, regular people that are living regular lives that don't have, a full-fledged business that's going on or a nonprofit or something like that, to really show you guys that fighting and battling these mental illnesses, that it can be done. It can be done. Uh, so much, I like I said, I feel so much better than what I did yesterday. I said, ended up, when I got off live yesterday and was uploading podcast, come to find out there was, wasn't just two people. The little thing, the little analytic thing, and analytics, whatever it's called, was not fully updated. There was quite a few more downloads than what I was being told when I looked at it in the beginning. So that was one of the facts over feelings that I was talking about, that I had to prove to myself and show myself that basically, you're reaching more people than what you thought. And then adding up the downloads from the podcast, plus the YouTube, plus the Facebook private group, plus the Facebook page, plus freaking going live on my personal page, doing all that. I probably had a good, I want to say 25, 30 people, if not more, that watched collectively the whole interview with Bethany Hellman the other day, or Heilman, I'm sorry. And once sitting down and like kind of figuring up all together, because I'm spread out, that it's not all one central location, that it was a lot better than what I thought. And it made me feel a lot better. So I want to move on, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I promised you guys yesterday that I was not going to let yesterday affect me today, that I was not going to, bring that same mood and attitude and bullshit that I was going through yesterday into today. Made that very promise on here. And I kept my promise. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. I got a lot better sleep last night and more energized, more, friggin' raring and willing to go. But yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about yesterday, breaking the bonds of your past, not letting it hold you back from your present or your future. And I know a lot of people do that. They let consecutive days running together. They let you know they have consecutive depression days and consecutive anxiety and, all this different stuff that where if you would just break the chains from the bonds that are holding you back and stand firm and say, I am not going to do this, and speak it out loud and convince yourself tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow, I will not stand here or sit here, lay here, or whatever it is, and do this exact same shit. I wanna do a quick mic check. Apparently Facebook is just not want to cooperate today. Uh, anyways, hold on, give me one quick second, please. Okay, that actually sounds a lot better than what it did a little bit ago. So, all right, hopefully we got that problem fixed. But we're gonna move on. Gonna move on, and I want to say, freaking kind of put this little ad out here that I do. If you're trying to find Yana's Wolf Pack, it's scrolling at the bottom if you pay attention to the video. But for the ones that are listening in podcast or someplace else or TikTok, if you want to find Yana's Wolf Pack, you can find us on all major podcast hosts and even some that aren't major. If you have a certain podcast host that you listen to, let me know. Whether it's Spotify, we're on Apple, iTunes, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, all different kinds of ones. But if you have one that you like to listen to, because the one I personally like listening to is an app called Beyond Pod. I've listened. I've had that one for many years, and I've always liked the way that one's run. So, if I'm not on the one that you actually like to listen to, please let me know, and I'll try and find that and start uploading to the that podcast. But you can find us on podcast, Facebook public page, Facebook private page, or private support group, and YouTube and TikTok. You can search all of those by looking for Yana's Wolfpack, and Yana is spelled Yanas. Wolfpack. You can also email me at yanaswolfpack@gmail.com if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, topics that you want me to talk about. Want to tell me I'm doing a great job, want to tell me to shut the fuck up, want to tell me I'm a jerk, I'm an asshole, for helping you improve your life, whatever it is, start giving me some feedback. I'm asking you, start giving me some good feedback, or even negative feedback. Friggin' I can take constructive criticism. Tell me, certain parts that you like and certain parts that you don't like. Friggin', doesn't mean that I'm going to listen, because something you may not like, friggin', I have other people over here that does like what I'm doing. So, but yeah, give me some feedback. Let me know, especially with topics of what you want to hear and what you want to, see if I got an opinion on, or whatever it is. Also, we before we keep going, I'm going to do something else real quick. So give me a quick second. Definitely needed to set this up a little bit better today. I noticed I don't think it's notified. I'm definitely gonna have to start asking who wants me to tag them when I go live, because Facebook is once again not telling people, because I just got a message that said that they did not know that I was even on. So we're going to send that there. All right. Okay. Why didn't it send? Oh, shit. Come on now. What are you doing today, Facebook? There we go. All right, all right. Back to the regular uh, scheduled podcast. All right, we're going to go into leaders of the pack, and this is a nice little segment that I have created where I pulled off where I pull off memes and videos and other stuff that pack members post in the private Facebook support group. Please, friggin', we'd love to have you if you're listening to podcasts. We'd love to have you in the group. We do a lot more in there, and there's a lot more people that that are understand what you've been through, and you become a pack member by sending an invite to the private Facebook support group at Yana's Wolfpack.com. Holy shit. That one's not even ready yet. I am trying to, get a website built, but that is definitely in the making. That's going to take a while to do. I think I'm going to end up having to pay somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing to speed this process up and along. But leaders of the pack is where I like to take pack members' contributions and let them know that what their time and energy and effort and everything that they do in the pack by posting all this different stuff is valued and appreciated. And this is where I basically give them a shout out. They post some really good things. And that's why, I started coming up with this idea of making sure that they know that their time and energy and contributions are valued and appreciated by shouting them out and letting them know, hey, you're doing a great job. You're killing the fucking game here. So we're going to go on again. I'm not, singling anybody out or playing favorites or whatever. It's just the people that I see posting the most and, having, really good stuff to post and stuff I basically catch before I go live. So you may have posted something last night or posted something this morning or whatever. And I try to go back, throughout the entire day from last night to this morning and go back and look and see who has posted what. But we're going to get into leaders of the pack now. So hold on, let me change this nifty little banner. These little banners are helping me pick out for TikTok videos. But all right, credit goes to pack member Jamie. He posts every day the perspectives of the day. So he's got on October 12th, 2022, perspective of the day. This says, don't let negativity enter your personal space, be it your physical, mental, or even social networking space. You are in control of which energies to welcome into your life. Hence, choose to see the things and people that motivate you, that make you feel better. It's not only where you want to go, but what you choose to see every day that shapes your journey. Protect your space as if your future depends on it, because it does. That one is a very powerful one that you need to go back and reread and find it in the group or listen to that again, because protecting yourself from negative people and toxic people, family members, spouse, friends, all that shit, protecting yourself from all these, different negativities is one of those things that is just so important, so very important, especially with your physical, mental, and even your social networking. Talking about, social media, if you got somebody on there giving a pity party all the time and complaining about their life and just always being negative, or they always comment on your shit and just being negative and stuff, you need to weed out the weak. Weed out the fucking snakes in your yard or garden or whatever the fuck it is. Get them the fuck out of your life. It goes on to say, you're in control of which energies to welcome into your life. And you are. You have to understand that you have the power to control who you let in your life and what they bring into your life. it's not just, freaking, oh, well, the thing one of the things I hate hearing the most is people say, oh, well, that's still your family. That's still your mom. That's still your dad. That's still your sister. That's still your brother. That's still your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, whatever it is. Toxic is fucking toxic. I don't give a shit if they shat you out your own fucking own womb or come out fucking, your daddy's nutsack or, fucking, they're just family. You choose the energies that you welcome into your life. So stop letting negative ass people and people that treat you badly and talk behind your back and all that other fucking shit. Stop letting them and being in your fucking life. It's as simple as that. You can make that choice. You can make that choice at any time. I don't give a fuck that you're family. I don't give a fuck that you're, whatever, the family title is. I'm no longer allow you going to treat me like this or talk to me like this. And if you don't believe in me, if you don't believe in what I'm doing and you ain't got nothing positive to say, then I don't need you in my life right now because I'm trying to project positivity. I'm trying to get somewhere in my life. I'm trying to create my own business. I'm trying to create my own shit. I'm trying to do all this different stuff. You need to learn to create a fucking boundary and stand on that boundary and sit there and fucking tell them it ain't going to happen. You aren't going to do this to me anymore. I don't know which view is better. Yeah, see, I can't see that one like that. There we go. That one's better. Now I can actually, you can kind of see me and the meme. But we're going to go on. We're going to go on. Stick around for this one because the video I was talking about yesterday with Eric Thomas, As Bad as You Want to Breathe, I downloaded it and figured it out and compressed it and whatever, did all that mumbo jumbo to be able to put it on today. So you're going to hear exactly the story of how bad you want to breathe after we're done with Leaders of the Pack. All right, moving on. Credit goes to pack member Stacy. In case no one told you today, you're beautiful. You're loved. You're needed. You're alive for a reason. You're stronger than you think. You're going to get through this. I'm glad you're alive and don't give up. All those things right there. All those things. You don't know who needs to hear that. If you've got someone in your life, that's special to you, or you've got a family member or friend or, kid or spouse or whatever, make sure, you tell them, or maybe on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, remind them how much they, how much they mean to you, how much, friggin', you care that they're in your life. Tell them how much you need them in your life and want them in your life. You might be one of those people, oh, I don't need nobody in my life. Bull fucking shit. That's why you stay constantly on fucking social medias, posting selfies and posting dumb shit, trying to get fucking likes and validation and be accepted and think, fucking you're living this extravagant life on fucking Facebook and everything's grand and great and everything, but you're actually fucking dying inside and fucking nobody, freaking really comes to visit you and sees you and this and that and all that kind of different shit. But you want to make it look like on social media that you're doing great. Remember, you are alive for a reason. You may never even know that reason. You may never even understand that reason, but you're alive for a reason. That reason could be a simple phone call that you made one day because you had a feeling inside your head, saying, oh, I need to call this person for some reason. That gut instinct saying to yourself, like, I need to check up on this person. I need to talk to this person, freaking, I need to see how they're doing. I haven't talked to them in a while. They just randomly pop up in your head. If you ignore that feeling, if you ignore that, gut instinct, you don't know if that person, was so down in the dumps that maybe they were, thinking about taking their life that day. You don't know that for, that if you would have made that phone call, you could have saved them and told them exactly what I just told you to do, telling them and reminding them how much they're needed and loved and how beautiful they are, or handsome they are, or whatever, all this different stuff. Remind them, friggin' just that that you care, that they are in their life. They're an important part in your life. So do that. Just try to start doing it, and see the kind of feedback that you'll get back from different people. You may be one of the ones that need that. You may be one of the ones that needed to hear that today. You may be ones, friggin' these very people that I say on here with the pack members, I've been told a couple times, that this means a lot to them, that it makes them feel better, that they know their values and contributions and time and energy and effort. They feel like they matter. They feel like they're doing something purposeful. They feel like they're actually helping people they'll never even meet and never even know. These people posting this stuff in the support group right now, they may not know that friggin' somebody listened to the podcast halfway around the world, and Brazil and China and India, Australia, Texas, friggin' San Francisco, Michigan, Kentucky, Mississippi, New York, New Jersey, all these different places. That you may have reached somebody today by posting your meme and me reading it out loud and giving you that credit. You may have just saved somebody's life. You may have helped somebody make them feel better about themselves and made them feel like that they weren't actually alone. You may have helped somebody, and you'll never know. You'll never know, and I'll never know. Friggin', unless they message me and tell me specifically, you never know. So let's go on. This one's from pack member Stacy, and it says, "Dear narcissist, you might fool hundreds of people into believing that you're something which in reality you're not. But I will always be that one person who figured you out and knows who you are underneath all that bullshit." I like that one. Thank you, Stacy, for that contribution, because a lot of people need to know, friggin' that word is thrown around a lot to where people don't really know the true meaning and have never really dealt with a true narcissist. Because let's get real and let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of us do have some narcissistic traits, but it doesn't mean that we're a full blown narcissist. We might do some narcissistic things, this and that, but for the ones that have really met a true narcissist, or even the ones that, they might not really be a narcissist, but they're not a good person. That how they hurt you and what they did to you and all this different shit, in your mind and to yourself, that no matter how everybody else sees this one person, the fucking truth. The truth underneath all of that bullshit and lies and deception and manipulation and all this other shit that they pull on everybody else. That fucking truth. And sometimes that's all it needs. Sometimes all it takes is for one person to be able to pull that fucking mask off of that particular other bad person and narcissist and whatever asshole, whatever else you bully, whatever else you want to call them, to be able to reach out and pull that mask off and fucking show the world who the fuck they really are, standing up for yourself. So, gonna go on again. Thank you, Stacy, for that. This one's skip one. Again from pack member Stacy. "Accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow." It is criticism. I know is one thing a lot of people do not like to hear. A lot of people will sit here and I know this from personal fucking experience. A lot of people will sit here and say that they want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and so help them God. Well, like that one movie says, you can't handle the truth. Because when somebody like me comes along and actually says and tells them the truth, and not trying to be an asshole, not trying to be a dick, I'm just flat out telling the fucking truth, they don't really want the truth. It kind of crumbles their whole little castle that they built inside this little bubble that they think, friggin' these beautiful little lies. And then when they got somebody come tells the truth, oh, you're just a fucking asshole. You're just a narcissist. You're just this. You're just that. No, I was the only one to really be able to have the balls to stand the fuck up and tell you really about yourself. And it don't always have to be a negative way, freaking, but when somebody's criticizing you and especially giving you constructive criticism and constructive feedback, you need to take that and facts over feelings. Don't let your feelings get involved, because somebody may be telling you, I'll take me for example. Somebody may be telling you, hey, I did not really like that last live you went and done. You were kind of monotone, freaking when I started trying to read stuff a long time ago off of Facebook and do this before, it wasn't all that good because I was so nervous. I was stumbling over words. I wasn't, being animated. I wasn't changing my voice. I wasn't doing, freaking anything. I was just I was so nervous that I was sitting here. Now listen to this. Listen, I want you to listen to the difference between me reading this meme one way and then the next way. How I used to read this is accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow. Or I would do this. Accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow. Those fucking suck, right? Like those, like you're not really getting nothing out of that. But because of my anxiety and my fear and, of reading to the public got the best of me, it really fucking sucked. And I had quite a few people tell me, especially a good friend of mine named Tiffin. She told me, she's like, yeah, I don't like when you read like that. I do not. But I've gotten better. I've gotten better. If you, rewind a little bit and go back and listen to how I read that in the first place. But, it says, accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow. You see the difference between it all, and especially if you go back and listen. I'm gonna do this one because I want to show you a point. It takes practice. Whatever you do in life, it takes fucking practice. And listening to the criticism of other people to tell you where you need to improve on. Even the haters, even the people who don't like you, you can still read their shit, not get into your feelings, and understand that they're just trying to help you grow, even if they fucking don't like you and they say, yeah, I fucking hate when you do this and you suck and blah, blah, blah. So change their minds. You may never be able to change, every fucking hater's mind, but that's where you need to learn and grow and improve. So now listen to this one again. Listen to how I read this a minute ago. Now, if I was to read this one and say, dear narcissist, you might fool hundreds of people into believing what you're something, which in reality you're not, but I will always be that one person who figured you out and knows who you are under all that bullshit. Fucking sucked, right? Now listen to the first time I read this. Freaking, I said, dear narcissist, you might fool hundreds of other people into believing that you're something, which in reality you're not. But I will always be that one person who figured you out and knows who you are under all that bullshit. You see the difference? You hear the difference? Friggin', I've gotten criticism, constructive criticism before. One, it did make me, fall back, and I ain't reading shit again. I ain't gonna read stuff anymore when I was told this in the beginning, because it was like, okay, I was just basically told that I suck. Don't fucking do this. Well, I learned my lesson. Friggin', I learned some things along the way. I kept researching. I kept, friggin' finding different stuff. Found Vince Jang, telling you how to use your voice. I'm reading different books on how to, use your voice properly and do all this different stuff. And I'm learning. I'm growing. Friggin' a year ago when I was trying to read that kind of shit, I sounded like shit. No wonder nobody wanted to fucking hear me read out loud. Now I'm more enthusiastic, or I'm changing my voice a little bit, and I'm, pronunciating certain words better and doing different things with it. So take both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow. You know, if a flower was trying to grow and all it got was sun and no fucking water, how well do you think it would do? Not that good, right? You know, fucking it needs water to survive, just like basically everything else on this fucking planet needs water to survive. You know, if you only got sun and no water, what do you think would fucking happen? You dehydrate and fucking die. That's what happens, you know, to people in the fucking desert and shit. But on the other hand, if you only get fucking rain, then you're basically going to drown. And, you know, friggin' it's, you know, not the right conditions. But so you have to take both. You have to take both compliments and criticism because it takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow. All right, moving on to the next one. Who was that by? Thank you, Stacy, for that contribution. Thank you. Moving on to this one. Pack member Zach, he posted, "It is not our business to make the message acceptable, but to make it available. We are not to see that they like it, but that they get it." This one, I needed to hear this one. Thanks, Zach, for posting this one, because I have a hard time, you know, remembering of the kind of people I'm dealing with and trying to help that has mental illnesses and all this different shit. I have a hard time remembering this. And, you know, me not getting the results or the feedback that I want, or, you know, people showing up to in-person meetings and, you know, which I'm going to try to correct. And I'm trying to figure out how to set up like either Zoom calls or, you know, Facebook, you know, stuff, different things, but I'm trying to find the right program, and I'm learning how to build webinars and do different shit to kind of like what I'm doing now. And that's why I'm trying to implement this so much, is because this is the stuff that I'm learning. But had a hard time, you know, understanding that, you know, my mom once told me these, you know, this very valuable thing was that when I was getting real aggravated a few years ago, and it's always stuck in my head, that she told me, but the reason I was getting aggravated because I just didn't feel like people were getting it and people weren't changing and people weren't, you know, learning and healing, and, you know, but I was giving them all this, you know, different stuffs and tips and tricks and getting on here all the time. And, you know, I was really down about it. Like, I was like, you know, I was like, why, how can I not, you know, friggin', you know, get to these people? How, you know, what do I got to do to make them, you know, understand? Like, you know, I just want these people to, you know, to heal and change like I was. I had a real messiah complex is what they call it, you know, friggin', I found this great fucking thing and I want everybody, and why ain't everybody else doing this? And but my mom told me, you have to understand, you know, it didn't take you didn't change over in a night. You didn't change over a day or a month. It took you years to even understand that you needed to change. And it took you years to understand and accept your own flaws and your own things that was wrong with you. And what you're doing right now, Chris, is planting seeds into people's minds. You know, you want to be a farmer, so you're planting seeds into people's minds with these little things that you're telling them, and they're watching and listening to you because you do affect people in great ways. And you do help people, even though if you don't see the results every time, and even though you don't see every little change that they actually make, you plant these seeds, but it's for them to decide whether they grow or not. It's for them to decide whether they water those seeds or not. You planted the seed for them, and it's for them to take care of that seed. And it may not happen now. It may not happen a month from now. It may not happen a year from now. It may happen 5 years from now. But the seeds you planted in their head, because you did what you are doing right now, could help them later down the road, and it finally clicks to them and be like, oh, that's what that fucking weird dude was talking about the one time. Now, she didn't add that little part, I did. But it was the seeds. Again, it is not our business to make the message acceptable, but to make it available. We are not to see that they like it, but that they get it. So it's not my business, you know, to make the message acceptable. It's just my business to put it out here. and you get what you get out of it. You know, so many times I've listened to different, YouTubes, and I've listened, a lot of them the same over and over and over again. And each time I've listened to it, I may have heard, a different part that resonated with me that I didn't hear this 10th or 20th or 30th time that I listened to it. And I was like, oh, I needed to receive this message right now because that's what the hell I was looking for and what's going on with my life. So thanks, Zach, for that one. We're going to move on. It says, commitment. Oh, this is a pack member Rooster. I appreciate your contributions. I appreciate everything you do for this group. You are a good and caring man. Yes, you're an asshole, but you're a nicer asshole than you once were. Come on now. I got to bring some kind of comedy into this and not make it so fucking, uptight all the damn time. So I posted, commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you set it in has left you. So fuck if that one wasn't like wasn't a fucking brick to the forehead, right? I'm gonna read that one again. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left you. That right there, discipline and commitment. You said you were going to create a business. You said you were going to lose weight. You said you were going to work on your mental health. You said you were going to show up to support that person. You said you were going to do whatever it is. You made a commitment. You said you were going to do something. You sure in the fuck don't like when other people don't do what the hell they tell you you're going to do. And you'll hold their feet to the fire and you'll get pissed off at them and upset with them for them not doing what the fuck they said they were going to do. Money back guarantee, right? You go to the store and you buy something and you fucking sit there, and when you get home and it's broken, it don't fucking work or don't do what the hell it's supposed to do, what do? You take that shit right back to the store and piss the fuck off. I bought this item and this thing fucking sucks. I want my money back or replace it. But you don't do that to yourself. You don't sit here and hold your own feet to the fire and money back guarantee yourself that you said you were going to do it. You said you were going to work out this morning. You said you were going to lose that weight. You said you were going to start fucking eating healthy. You said. But long after that mood and that motivation and that fucking all everything else that comes with it, long after all of that leaves you, you need to remember the commitment that you said out loud. You need to remember the commitment that you made to you and do exactly what the fuck you said you'd do. You need to stay loyal to that commitment. How do you expect other people to stay loyal to you and do what the fuck they said they were going to do for you if you can't even do what you said you were going to do? You expect loyalty out of everybody else, but maybe that's why you're not getting the loyalty you want and need in your life, because you aren't staying loyal to yourself. You're not creating discipline and keeping up with your commitment long after the mood you said it in has left you. You aren't doing what you said. You should hold yourself to a higher standard than what you do everybody else. Everybody else is going to let you the fuck down. Everybody else isn't going to show up for you when you need them the most. Everybody else is going to fucking, put you down. Everybody else ain't going to believe in the dream that you fucking have. Everybody else ain't going to freaking think that the idea that you have is such a great idea. But you do. And just because that's what the fuck they think and they don't show up and all this other different shit, you need to remember that you need to stay loyal to you. You need to stay loyal to the commitment that you made, that whatever you wanted to do in life, that you do it. And when you start doing that and you start staying loyal to you, then you'll actually attract loyalty. You'll bring people who actually keep their word because they see you doing it for yourself. They see you staying committed and motivated and inspired and all this other different shit. They see you doing it. So become what you want out of life and become what you want out of others and be the example. Inspire them. That way you can attract the same loyalty and the same shit that you want in your life from other people. Thanks. Thank you, pack member Rooster. You're fucking such an awesome man. You're an awesome man. And you have a beautiful beard. This one again is from me. This one says, it's okay if you thought you were over it, but it hits you all over again. It's okay to fall apart even if you thought you had it under control. You're not weak. Healing is messy, and there's no timeline for healing. Man, that one right there, like that one speaks volumes, because I don't know how many times in my life I've, sat there and been like, okay, I've healed from this and I've gotten over this and, I'm moving on with my life. But 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, that same demon pops back up into my head and wants to fucking fight again. And it's just like, fuck. I thought I already defeated you. I thought I took you down. I thought, why do I have to go through this fucking again? Like, I shouldn't be hurting all over again because I worked this issue the fuck out. And it's okay to fall apart even if you thought you had it under control. You're not weak. Yesterday, I was in my own head and all that shit that, friggin' I had that one ex, that famous fucking ex tell me, you ain't never going to do nothing with this. You ain't never going to be able to become anything out of this. Look at the way you dress. Listen to how you talk. Look at how you act. Just look who you are. You cuss too much. You don't wear no fancy 3-piece suit. You sit there and you freaking can't even put a proper sentence together because you don't know big fancy ass college words. You stutter a lot. You say and you sniff a lot. And then that ain't because of coke. That's freaking, allergies and nasal fucked up shit. But trust me, that shit was running around in my head yesterday. I was in my head. And why? Because I was mentally exhausted yesterday. Mentally exhausted from all the work and everything I've been putting into this group and the podcast and everything. Just mentally exhausted. And it's okay. It's okay. I forgive myself for running myself into the ground like I did and letting that catch up to me yesterday. It's okay for me to have a weak moment. It's okay to have a weak day. It's okay sometimes to be in my head. But what's not okay is to allow that to control my life, to allow that one weak little moment to control the rest of my life or my days and make it in consecutive days. I told you, I made a commitment yesterday that I was not going to let yesterday affect my today. And I think today I'm making a pretty big fucking leap from how I said yesterday and did yesterday. I got a question that said, what did you learn from it? Your limits. So I'm actually able to see who is commenting, because they went into the little section on the thing that said, I'm streaming from StreamYard, and you got to go accept the terms and conditions and other bullshit, StreamYard, so they can actually let me see your name. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing that, Zach. But he asked, what did you learn from it? Your limits. I definitely learned that I don't always have to be strong. I don't always have to do this alone. I don't think anybody knew that yesterday after I got off with the phone with pack member Zach. For one, he reached out to me and it did help me. It showed me that I wasn't alone. It showed me, the same things I try to tell other people is don't you don't think that you're ever going to bug me by reaching the fuck out. And, you know, I also had a weak moment in front of my girlfriend. You know, I come inside, had her, she was sitting at the kitchen table on her laptop, trying to build the business that she's trying to create right now. And I, had her pull her chair to the side right in front of me. And I just put my head in her lap and hugged her. And I just sat there for a little while. And, I needed her comfort and her love. And I needed to be able to have that weak moment because, I know I portray myself as this big, strong, fucking, modern Viking looking motherfucker with a beautiful beard and this loud voice and fucking all this different shit. So much that there's sometimes I do need to be able to feel weak in front of people. That I need to be able to feel vulnerable. That I need to show them, a different side. That I'm not always, this big, strong, fucking powerful man voice on here. That I'm still learning. That I'm still, friggin' trying to, heal a lot of shit that I have going on in my life and heal past trauma. That there's some things that I think I'm over, and there's, some things that it's like, nope, hey, remember me? I'm about to remind you who the fuck daddy is after I smack the fuck out of you here. But like, you know what, Zach, I think is really asking with the limits part, I don't really know how to answer that one. I know I need to take, friggin', days off, and I need to, make sure that I'm still doing stuff for me and relaxing and all that stuff and all that good stuff. But ask me that same question, pack member Zach, when after we watch this Eric Thomas video, when I'm done with these slides. Ask me that same question. Remember that, all right? Because like he says, if you want something, you're gonna have to make sacrifices and give up things. So ask me that same question. All right, moving on. Again, pack member Rooster. He says, or posted, imagine all the things we could be if we weren't controlled by insecurity. Fuck, man. By this one's by Bridget DeVoe. I don't know how to say that last name. Sounds French or some shit. I don't fucking know. But again, imagine all the things we could be if we weren't controlled by insecurity. That one, I posted that yesterday, and I was like, I would be a fucking rock star right now. Not a legit rock star, like not a fucking, up there and like AC/DC and Metallica and fucking, Guns N' Roses. Not like that, fucking I wouldn't be like a rock star like that. But I would just be a rock star in fucking life if it wasn't for my own insecurities and if it wasn't for my own mental health issues, like and holding me back. I would be a fucking I would be, dare I say, I'd be the best motivational speaker that ever fucking lived. I would be number one. I would in my head, I'm telling you, in my head, I fucking just like I rock this shit. Like in my head, when I'm thinking of shit to say and a speech to fucking make, I've got this power and this fucking motivation, and it's just like I'm sitting here, saying everything that I want to fucking say and how I want to say it in my fucking head, like I'm a fucking rock star. But then yet when I go to say it, my insecurities pop up. That voice from my ex pops into my head. My stuttering comes out. I sit here and I remember, freaking, I don't think I'm the best looking guy. Oh, freaking, a lot of my life, freaking, I thought the only thing I really had going for me was, was this beautiful beard that used to be longer down to my chest, even longer than, freaking that. All these other insecurities that I have. And it stops me and holds me back from the fucking rock star that I have in my head and the person I know I can be. Because I know I have that in me. Because if I didn't have that in me, then I wouldn't be able to imagine it in my own head and see myself being and talking and acting this way. But because of this mental health bullshit and this insecurity that I have about myself, that they, friggin', they hold me back. They hold me back and they control me. But every day, I try to fight harder and I try to fight more and I try to work on these insecurities and I learn and research and make myself better. I try to be better than I was the day before. So I'm working on it. So ask yourself this. Ask yourself, are you a rock star in your own fucking mind? Are you killing the game? Whatever it is you want to do. Are you that fucking rock star in your own head? Now just imagine all of the things you could be if you weren't controlled by your own insecurities. Can you think of it? Can you hear yourself? Can you see yourself? I want you to think about that. That if you were able to work on these insecurities and work on these mental health problems and these changes, just imagine who you could really be. Imagine in your head and see yourself, listen to yourself. Imagine what kind of life you could really live. And all it takes to get to that life is baby steps and making small little changes. That's all it takes. For you to sit there like I did the one fucking day a few years ago where I said enough is enough. I can no longer live the life that I am living with this mental health bullshit. And I'm going to change or I'm going to fucking die trying. And I think I did a pretty good fucking job at it, but I'm also still going. I'm still learning, still researching every day. But all it takes is one little change. And also it takes the commitment to and being loyal to yourself, like we just talked about a few minutes ago, and being disciplined and trying these things over and over again and making new habits, getting yourself out of toxic situations and away from toxic people. All this ties in together, you guys. All this ties in together. But imagine all the things you could be if you weren't controlled by your own insecurity. I bet you in your mind that you're a fucking rock star. I bet you're fucking killing it. Now, taking all these little insecurities and start working on them, tweaking at them, picking at them. One by one, just start fucking demolishing them, changing them, and working on them a little bit at a little time. And then I want to see, after today, I want to see who you are from a year from now, from 2 years from now, when you're just constantly deciding to work on yourself. All right, we're going to move on. Another one from good old pack member Rooster, the alpha, omega, and leader of this group. I crack myself up. All right. Sometimes being strong is getting out of bed in the morning. Sometimes being strong is speaking up for yourself. Sometimes being strong is crying instead of holding it in. Sometimes being strong is asking for more because you're worth it. Sometimes being strong is distancing yourself from toxic situations. Sometimes being strong is protecting your space, energy, and time. Sometimes being strong is talking to a professional about your problems. Sometimes being strong is all those things. Sometimes being strong is you also admitting that you're weak. And sometimes being strong lets you know for when you need to step up or step down. Sometimes being strong is all of these things. I put it out there yesterday, and I told people, I was like, I was on the verge of tears yesterday. I never did cry, not because I wasn't a man. Fucking, there was a couple times I was trying to force it out. It was like, you know what? If we're gonna fucking sit here and cry, then let it the fuck go. Let it out. Cry. Obviously, I need to go through this fucking emotion. but I couldn't cry. So sometimes being strong is all those things. You know, especially just doing something simple as getting up out of bed in the morning. Being strong is making a commitment to myself yesterday that I wasn't going to allow yesterday affect my today. It don't have to be some big grand gesture. Sometimes being strong is just you getting the fuck up out of bed and actually going to take a shower because depression has held you back from even taking a shower for the last couple of days or a week. Sometimes being strong is just being able to get the fuck up out of bed and go brush your teeth because you haven't been able to do that for the last few days. You haven't been able to even gain the energy or the want or anything. You haven't been able to pull yourself out of bed. Sometimes that is what being strong is. It ain't no fucking muscle bound motherfucker that looks like Hercules and freaking can jump over tall buildings like fucking Superman and do all that. Sometimes being strong is just doing the small, simplest thing, like getting up and doing a sink full of dishes when you don't feel like doing a fucking thing. Sometimes being strong is showing that you have a vulnerable and weakness, and that you're not friggin', always this big tough person that you try to put yourself out to be, and that you actually cry instead of holding it all in. Sometimes being strong is actually asking for more because you're worth it. Sometimes being strong is asking for more because you're worth it. Sometimes being strong is asking for more because you are worth it. Because a closed mouth don't get fed. You have to understand that if you don't ask for more, if you don't ask for that promotion at that job, if you don't ask for, what at a job interview, and you don't tell them, hey, I am worth this, and I'm not working no less than this. Sometimes being strong is asking for more because you are worth it. Sometimes being strong is distancing yourself from toxic situations, toxic people, toxic family members, toxic job. All of these different things. Sometimes being strong is actually going and talking to a professional about your problems, or reaching out to a friend and asking for help and advice, or waiting, for a phone call from a buddy because you wanted to call them but didn't want to bug them. And friggin' now you're sitting here in the middle of the woods, almost in fucking tears and hating your life and not understanding, if you're even doing a good job of helping people or doing all this different things. Sometimes being strong is just simply voicing your hurt and your pain and what you're going through. Understand all of that, because you're stronger than what the fuck you think you are. I'm going to move on. Got a comment says, knowing your worth will really impact and change a lot of things in your life. Yes, that's why I repeated that one 3 times, 4 times. How many ever times I repeated it? I wanted you to get the point and understand. So this one, how many we got? 10, 11, 12. Good Lord, I fucking went long. Which one were we at? We're gonna keep going because I ain't fucking stopping. This is a good one. All right. Pack member Rooster said, I'm sorry, learn to say that's on you. Your behavior is on you. The way you move is on you. The choices you make are all on you. The way you live, it's all on you. Stop absorbing the pain from other people and recognize what belongs to you and what doesn't. That one pretty much speaks for itself. I don't know what to add to that one. It's on you. Stop absorbing the pain from of other people and recognize what belongs to you and what doesn't. You don't have to carry somebody's pain or problems or bullshit or toxic stuff. Stop absorbing that shit. Recognize what belongs to you and what doesn't. But you, it's on you. Learn to say that's on you. Your behavior is on you. The way you move is on you. The choices you make are all on you. The way you live, it's all on you. All right, we're going to move on. So, goes on to say, another one from Pack Member Rooster. Man, he posted fucking a lot yesterday. Yeah, that's what I was doing, right? I was posting a lot because fucking I was in my feelings and everything like that, trying to escape reality. Played on Facebook a little bit, but I was finding good shit to post into the group. I just wasn't just scrolling around mindlessly and not giving a fuck. This was, freaking, I was actually doing it for a purpose and trying to redirect my brain and my energy and hurt and pain and all this and put it towards this group. So it says, you are not lost. You are redirecting. You are not a failure. You are learning. You are not behind. You are on your path. Yeah, that one again, kind of speaks for itself. You are not lost. You're just redirecting. I've said, I don't know how many times before, friggin', you may be on a certain path in your life, but at any point when you come up to a four-way stop, when you're in your car, do you not have choices? Don't you have like 3 other options that you could choose and say, hey, I can go forward, I can go left, or I can go right? Or you can circle around and go back and turn around and go in reverse. So there's another option, right? So you're not lost. You're just redirecting. You have the choice to go. You don't always have to barrel straight ahead like a fucking bull trying to catch that little red flag. You can veer off to the left and veer off to the right. And if you make a mistake and you sit there and like, okay, this ain't fucking working out. You know what? If you just stop where you are, and maybe if you fucking turn to the left a little bit, turn to the right a little bit, maybe if you take a few steps back, that's what everybody likes to say, right? Is like, oh, I take 1 step forward and get knocked back 5 steps. Well, maybe you got knocked back those 5 steps because you needed to, at that 5th step, before you took that step, you needed to learn something then. You needed to freaking understand that instead of going straight, you needed to go left, you needed to go right, you needed to go forward. You needed to go maybe fucking diagonally. Maybe you needed to spin around. Who knows what the fuck you needed to do, but don't, when life knocks you back again, don't just charge forward again full fucking force. Sit there and think about it. Sit there and think what you could actually go through and see, okay, what path do I really need to try this time? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again the exact same way and still expecting different results. Choose a different path. And remember, you're not a failure, you're learning. Stop saying you're making mistakes. Saying you're having a learning lesson. I've been trying to do that a lot here lately. Freaking there's plenty of things that I fuck up on. Plenty of things I fuck up on, especially, during these lives on this podcast, freaking and TikTok and all kinds of shit. There's things I fucking I fuck up on. There's things that I fail on. But it's a learning lesson, not a failure. It's only a failure if you quit. It's only a failure if you stop. It's only a failure if you decide to let that stop you from what you were trying to obtain and get out of life. But you're learning. You need to remember that. When you fail, accept it. When you fail, it's actually trying to teach you something. So learn from that failure. Don't make the same mistake again and go and turn around and head down a different path because you learned that path that you were on was not the right one. You just needed to tweak something just a little bit. Just a little bit. Learning mistakes. And you're not behind. You are not behind. You're on a path. You're on your path. Just because somebody else is a millionaire and you're not right now Stop freaking, thinking about them. They took a different path. Maybe they started before you. It's funny, that one meme from a few weeks ago still pops in my head. Stop complaining about the results you're not getting for the work you did not do. That still runs in my head. I think that was the most influential I can't even fucking say the word right now. It was the most inspiring. I'm gonna just change the fucking word. It was the most inspiring fucking meme that I think I may have ever found, that stuck with me so hard and so much, because I repeat that self to my head. I was doing that yesterday. Stop complaining about the results you're not getting from the work you're not doing. Plain and simple. I was talking to my friend Zach yesterday from the PAC member, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, I've been doing this for 4 years. The podcast only says that I have like 138 episodes now, or 132 episodes, somewhere around there. I can't remember. But I've been doing this for 4 years. The YouTube only says I have like fucking maybe 20 videos up, but I've been doing this shit for 4 fucking years in a private Facebook support group that I created 4 years ago. Do you know how many hours of TikToks I could have if I would have along the way fucking been like, you know what? If I can just get over my shit and get over my mental health and get over this fear and anxiety and everything like that, if I could just get over this and fight this just a little bit harder and take that leap and that faith and jump, I have hours. I could have fucking had probably 2,000 podcasts by now. Been doing this for 4 fucking years. Could have had fucking, some a shit ton of followers if I would have been doing this publicly. Could have had way more people downloading podcasts if I would have fucking done this from the very beginning. And TikTok, I'd have been the TikTok fucking king if I would have done this fucking years ago and just put my videos and clips and stuff up there and learned, because this was a very valuable lesson to me, is that I sit here and watch YouTube videos all the fucking time, and inspirational speakers and motivational speakers and all these different things. And it was like, fucking Christ, like, how can they on a constant basis speak for like 5 or 10 minutes and get out the most powerful shit I have ever heard in my entire life? How the fuck can they do that? It was only a 5 or 10 minute video. Then I started understanding the more and more and more I watched, and the longer videos that I found, and it would have these clips in them, and it was like, holy shit. They aren't that fucking amazing that they can speak for 5 minutes and it's just fucking gold coming out of their mouth. They're actually speaking for an hour or more, and they're just breaking these little segments down and adding them to YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or wherever else it is. And that's how the fuck they're doing it. So I've had to learn for all that. But I had to take my own path in all of it too. Maybe I wasn't ready back then, but I'm ready now. Maybe, maybe I should have started way before, because then I'd be getting the results that I'm complaining that I'm not getting. Maybe I'm not doing what I was supposed to be, doing now. Maybe I was supposed to start doing it before, long before, and I would have got way better results. But I got to understand right now that I only started this putting these lives into podcasts a year ago. And I didn't do it all summer. And there was a couple months, during the winter that we took a break for the holidays. And we were doing all this. And I got to understand that I'm only becoming public within the last year. I was scared to death to go public this last year, or before that. Scared to fucking death, because I was afraid of, what are people going to think of me? What are they going to know if I have mental illnesses? What are they going to judge me? And what bad things are they going to say? I don't know if my insecurities can handle any more bad shit that people's got to fucking say. Are they going to realize that I have a stuttering problem? And they're going to realize that, fucking that sniffing shit that I do, are they going to think that I have a coke problem? Are they not going to like my content? Are they not going to like me? Are they going to have, all this shit held me back from where I could be a lot more out there and a lot more public if I would have just took that leap a long time ago. What up, Stacy? How you doing? Stacy, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go back to the live you just entered and click on the description and click on that little blue link that says streamyard.com/Facebook and give yourself permission to see so I can see your name when you comment. So I don't have to keep going back to the things. And it don't do nothing bad. It just, it just lets me see your name in the comments during StreamYard. I don't have to keep flipping the screen back and forth. So we're going to move on. I think we got 6 more slides. I know this is a long one today, guys, but you'll be okay. All right. You'll be okay. This is giving me more motivation and making up for yesterday. I don't think it was a fucking very good one yesterday. Stacy actually disagrees because she really needed to hear what I had to say yesterday. So even when I think I'm not doing a good job, somebody's out there telling me that I'm doing fucking fantastic and doing great. This one, in again, is Pack Member Rooster. God, Rooster, you didn't have a fucking life yesterday, bro. What the fuck were you doing? You're freaking all over fucking social media. It says, in case no one told you today, you're doing a beautiful job. In case no one told you today, you're alive for a reason. In case no one told you today, you're much stronger than you think. In case no one told you today, the critic in your head is lying. In case no one told you today, you are needed more than you know. In case no one told you today, you have the power to change it all. And in case no one told you today, don't give up. It will get better. So I gotta say, yep, it worked. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. It's a lot better. Now I can see who's actually commenting. I got to remind people to do that more often. So that one pretty much spoke for itself. And if you need to hear all that again, it's kind of like, what we talked about earlier, friggin' in case you needed to hear it today. All right, we're going to move on. Finally, we're getting away from fucking Rooster and his bullshit. Fucking, that dude just, he needs to take his own fucking advice and stay the fuck off Facebook posting that many times. All right, this one goes from Pack Member Becky. You're busy doubting yourself while so many people are intimidated by your potentials. I'm gonna read that one again because I can do better than that. You are busy doubting yourself while so many people are intimidated by your potentials. You hear that? You are too busy doubting yourself while so many other people are out there intimidated by your own potentials. And that's a lot of reasons why people don't want to friggin' support you, and why people don't want to back you, and why people tell you that they don't think that's such a great idea, and they don't think that they should do this. Why? Because they're putting their own limitations onto you. They're projecting their own limitations onto you because they couldn't see them starting their own business. They couldn't see them starting their own podcast. They couldn't see them even making money out of it. They don't understand how much money really is in podcasting and YouTubing and influencing and TikToking and doing all this shit. They can't see them because they're stuck in a mindset and they're like, oh, well, I could never do that, so you can't never do that. Or somewhere along the way, they were told that exact same thing by somebody they looked up to and was told, you can't do that. You'll never become anything out of that. And they're intimidated by you because they do see it in you. They just won't fucking admit it. They're intimidated by you because they don't want you to leave them behind. They're intimidated by you because they think that you are actually better than them. They're intimidated by you because they don't want to see you live a better life than what they are capable of. So they want to hold you back and keep you down on your level because they want to use you as a stepping stone and they want to beat you down to make themselves feel better. They're intimidated by you and your potentials. So you need to stop fucking doubting yourself and listening to outside sources and sitting here thinking that you don't have enough potential and that you're not worth it and you can't do this because you fucking can. Once you switch off other people's fucking voices and once you stop listening to somebody else and just listen to yourself, you'll begin to understand that what the fuck you really think is the only thing that should fucking matter, not what somebody told you 5 or 10 years ago, not what somebody fucking sat there and crushed your fucking dream, not what somebody else fucking decided to do to you and hurt you in some simple way. You're busy doubting yourself while so many people are intimidated by your potentials. Stop letting them hold you back. All right, we're going to go on. This one's for pack member Becky again. Pack member Becky. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but everybody in the Facebook support group, pack members, go wish Becky a happy birthday. Go, friggin' the moderator that does so much and helps out so much in this group and is there and has the biggest heart probably of anybody I've ever met and is so willing to help anybody that needs it or listen to anybody and tries so hard to be there for so many people. Go show her some love and support and just tell her happy birthday. Go tell her happy birthday and tell her just thank you. Thank you for being in this group and doing everything that she does behind the scenes like she does. I don't know why these cups keep spitting at me, pissing me off. Fucking it keeps like freaking every time anyways, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to squirrel. So again, credit goes to pack member Becky. In case you need this reminder today, your worth is non-fucking negotiable. I'm gonna read that again because I fucked it up. In case you need this reminder today, your worth is non-fucking negotiable. Speaks for itself, don't it? You may need to be reminded about that today. But your worth at your job or a family member or friends or spouse or even kids, your worth is non-fucking negotiable. So stop letting other people make you think that you're worthless and you don't fucking matter because you do. All right, moving on. This one's from pack member. Oh fuck. That's not a pack member. That oh fuck is not a pack member. I hit the button. I apologize. Credit goes to pack member Zach. Did I go back to the right one? Yep. Okay. Credit goes to pack member Zach. It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. Again, it all begins and ends in your own mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. This right here is what I try to get people to understand so fucking much. What you watch, what you allow, to be put into your own energy or, be brought around you, the energy to be brought around you, and what you watch, with the time you spend doing is what is being put into your mind. So when you're just on here mindlessly scrolling on Facebook, mindlessly, watching stupid ass people fucking dance on TikTok, fucking the fucking shit I see on TikTok. Oh my God. Fucking losing brain cells every fucking time something stupid pops up. All this different shit is what you're giving yourself, you're giving power to, because it makes you think. Fucking you ever wonder why you sit there and listen to trap music and fucking out here running the streets and drugs and all this different kind of shit, and that you're some big ass fucking thug when you're just a little soccer mom at home and you ain't doing none of this shit. You do understand that that has some type of hold over your mind to thinking, that certain shit's okay, and how those particular people treat their women, right? And you do understand that that's junk going into your head. Now, trust me, I love to listen to Kevin Gates. I love Kevin Gates. Fucking, I don't know. He just has that. He's more of like '90s rap to me. Like, friggin' when rap was really coming around and it fucking, rapping in early 2000s. Like, he just has that vibe. It ain't no fucking like this dumb shit that they call rap nowadays. I can't stand it. But friggin', I love listening to Kevin Gates, but I rarely listen to music anymore. Rarely. Because what I put into my mind, I know that's what I'm feeding my mind. And what the negativity of sitting around watching and binge watching Netflix and not working on myself during that time, or sitting there, fucking mindlessly scrolling on Facebook and sitting there and just watching dumbass TikToks and doing all this shit. That's what I'm feeding over my mind, and that is what has power over me if I allow it and if I do that. That's why I harp on you guys so much that if you're going to be on Facebook, then get on there and find positive things. Not what the fuck somebody had for dinner and they're posting about it for the 17th millionth fucking time because nobody gives a shit. Not a cute picture of their fucking dog or their fucking baby. Not fucking, any of this other shit. Get on there and follow people and pages and, whatever else that are inspirational to you. And it might not be motivational speakers. It might not be fucking, inspirational speakers and shit like I listen to all the time. Maybe you're really into cooking like Zach is and he wants to start his own food truck. Fill your fucking timeline on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok full of that shit. Full of it. People who started business, like the fucking internet is such a beautiful thing nowadays that it's used and the wrong way that it was invented for. If you just go out there and start searching for what you want to do and what you want to become, there are millions of fucking things that you can read and watch and listen to, and fucking podcasts, YouTube, blogs, vlogs, friggin', all different kinds of things that if that's really what you want to do in life, then you should be absorbing and listening to all these different things that people are putting out there in the life that you want, so you can learn from them. Because they may give you an idea that you didn't know you had, or they may be able to help you bypass something that fucking, that a problem that they had in the beginning, and you're about to have that same problem. You just don't know it yet. So again, it all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. That's the same thing with these mental illnesses, mental health illnesses. Same thing with these depression, anxiety, panic attacks, fear, all these different stuff. You're holding you back. And if you sit there and believe that you can't do it, or you're not worth it, or you sit there and believe that, you should be allowed to be treated a certain way, then that's the way you're really going to feel. And that's what you think about. But it all begins in your mind. Begins and ends in your mind. All right, we're going to move on. I believe there's 2 fucking more. Whew. This is a long one today. I knew I was, this is from credit goes to PAC member Zach. I knew I was ready for a better life when I was finally ready to cut anything and anyone off that stood in my way. I'm going to read that again because I know I can do that better. I knew I was ready for a better life when I was finally ready to cut anything and anyone off that stood in my way. And then a little thing in the bottom says recovering no matter what. That right there is fucking should be gold to you people right now. Should be fucking gold. Doesn't matter, who it is. Anything and anyone. that if they're not serving you, if they're not helping you, if they're not believing in you, if they're fucking using you, for you to create a better life, you need to cut them the fuck off, because they're doing nothing but standing in your way, standing in your way from you making or having a better life. I got a couple comments here I want to read. Oh Lord, you always read the ones that are smack in the face. Damn it, Chris. And the next one says, the old me came out today, but I got my fucking voice back. Another comment says, good, I am so very proud of you. Stand in your power always. I think they were talking in the comments to each other. So we're going to move on from that one, because I'm going at an hour and 30 minutes already. Fuck, I'm going to get some good TikToks out of this. This is kind of why I'm doing this too, because it's benefiting me, benefiting you. Fucking, I was told, I had good feedback about this. It's not just one simple central subject, but friggin', if you do want me to talk more about one of these memes that I pull up or a subject that I bring up, message me, comment, email me at yanaswolfpack@gmail.com. Email me, and the email is yanaswolfpack@gmail.com. But if you want me to go into more detail on one of these, give me some suggestions, you guys. Come on, like fucking, get in here and tell me what the fuck you need to hear. Tell me, a certain subject that you just, you're being stuck on right now. Fucking get a hold of me. So we're gonna go on. This one goes to credit goes to pack member Zach. Do what you think is right, not what people think is right. In the end, it's you who goes through it, not them. Okay, I thought that said, freaking who it was by. But again, do what you think is right, not what people think is right. In the end, it's you who goes through it, not them. So basically, it's just fucking stating, do what the fuck you want to do. Do what you think is right. Don't just follow the crowd. Don't just sit there and, fucking be one of them that, fucking won't think for themselves. In the end, it's you who goes through it, not them. Don't let somebody else tell you how to live your life. Don't let the opinion and limitations of somebody else stop you from following your dreams. Don't let them be able to stop you from doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Let yourself know that it's possible, and you don't fucking need them. You don't need them to support you. You don't need them to back you up. You don't need them to think it's a great idea. You just do you. You think what is right, not what the people think is right. In the end, it's you who goes through it, not them. I've got a saying I tell people that fucking piss me off, or fucking, something like that, that when they give me opinion, or they just don't believe in my dreams, or whatever, fucking, or they want to say something while they're in my house or whatever, I'll simply fucking ask them. I will simply ask them, do you suck my dick? Do you pay my fucking bills? If the answer is no to both of those, then why the fuck do you think your opinion to me matters right now? Why do you think that, you are so entitled to sit here and tell me that you don't believe in my dream, or you don't sit here and think that I can do this or do that, or you're sitting here complaining about something to do with my own house? If you don't suck my dick, and if you don't pay my bills, then you have no right to open your fucking cocksucker and tell me any damn thing. And what are you doing with your life anyway? What's so grand and great about your life? Are you a fucking millionaire, or are you stuck at a dead-end job that you hate? You don't think I can do this because of why? Because you can't do it? Because you don't believe in yourself? Well, sorry. People don't like that. They don't like that. I found that out, and I love saying it. I love saying it. But it's my life. It's my life. The only person that matters in my life that I need to, listen to their opinion and respect their opinion and hear what they got to say is my girlfriend, that does those two very things that I just said. Nobody else fucking does it. So I ain't got nothing fucking for them. But it's what my girlfriend fucking says to me and her opinion and what, she wants out of this household and everything like that. That's what the fuck matters. Everybody else can go fuck themselves. Don't like it? There's the fucking door. Don't like it? That you can walk out that same door that you walked in that I pay for. Not you. Not you. People don't like that though. People don't like that. They don't like being told to go fuck themselves with a fucking cactus. So anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. My point was, tying that in. I do what the fuck I think is right and what I want, not what other people want me to do. Now you got to take that, into context too, because like I was telling my friend, Zach Pack member the other day, you gotta, if you're trying to start a business or a podcast or doing whatever the fuck you're doing, you do got to listen to the feedback of the people that you're trying to serve in whatever way you're trying to serve them. Because if your food tastes like fucking shit, then they're not going to come back and want to eat it, right? And if you don't listen to them and say, bro, this was undercooked, or bro, you didn't add the fucking corn to this like you were supposed to, or you didn't do this, you didn't do that, people are going to be like, fuck that, I don't want to go back there. Food tastes like ass, and not the good kind that people eat all the time nowadays. And that's your business. But well, if you do or fucking don't, but it tastes fucking like shit. And if you don't listen to that and you don't friggin', take some, self-criticism or constructive criticism from the people you're trying to serve and actually put that into your business or whatever it is that you're trying to start, then you're not going to get very far. So that's two different things though. You need to do what the fuck you want to do. Yeah, he says he can cook really good. He says he can cook really good, Stacy. All right. This is the last slide. Says from Pack member Zach. Most people don't want to be a part of the process. They just want to be part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome. Alex Morton, TAC Mindset. So that's basically, fucking saying, and this is very true. There's a lot of people that don't want to help you become what the fuck you want to become, or even support you with doing what you're trying to do, or even believe in you. But let you fucking become a success, and they're sitting there with their fucking hand out to you and being like, hey, can I get this? Or my favorite thing from fucking family member or friend, can I get a family or friends discount? We're bros, we're family, we're this, we're that, can I get a family and friends discount? You want a family and friends discount, but you remember you were the one that said that I couldn't even do this. You were the one that didn't even believe in me. You're the one that didn't even support me. You're the one that said I was a fucking idiot for trying to do something like this. Why would I give you shit? Matter of fact, yeah, I'll give you the family and friends discount. I'm going to fucking double charge your ass. It was $13, but now it's fucking $26. So how's that? People want fucking something for nothing that they helped you build. And people want to take credit for something when they gave you nothing for the outcome. They weren't there. They didn't put in the long time and the hours and the work and the fucking went through the blood, sweat, and fucking tears, but they definitely want to be part of your success. But didn't want to be there when you were trying to build it, even though you had asked, even though you had fucking begged, even though you were friggin', sitting there, saying, hey, I think this is a great idea. And they're like, no, I ain't got time for that right now, dog. I got to go out here and fuck bitches and do coke and deal drugs. I got other things on my hand, and I got to sit here and play around on Facebook and binge watch the next, friggin' biggest hit show of a documentary of fucking some serial killer. I ain't got time to be able to help you right now, man. But then, yet, when you do become a success, or you do fucking, get somewhere, and you do, become better, they want to be like, oh, we're friends, you should help me, or you should give me a job, or you should, do this, or you should do that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that bullshit. All right, that was the last slide. That was the last fucking slide. Thank you for bearing with me. It's only been an hour and 40 minutes so far today. All right, we got one more thing, and I told you guys we were gonna watch this together. All right, it's probably what you've been waiting for the entire time, right? The fucking the great Eric Thomas talking about how bad you want to succeed. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you this story. I got to get out of here. And the story is about, you guys have probably heard about this before. It was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. He like, the beach? I said, I want to make money. I don't want to swim. Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow. 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit, should have wore shorts. The old man grabs his hand, said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, he like, I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area, the shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He making money, but he crazy. He said, come on out a little further. Came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This God is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. I got you. I know you brushed it out, but I got you. He had him held down. I need you for an illustration. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answered the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word though than lip. What's that word? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you gotta want it. You gotta go days without, listen to me, you gotta want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat.
Did you all hear that? Did you understand that? That is probably one of the most influential. I tried to say that word again. I can't fucking say it today. I don't know why. It has to be one of the most inspiring videos I have probably ever seen with Eric Thomas. That I have probably rewatched that 1,000 or more fucking times. I love that video. And that's what I talk about when the thing that aggravates me so much is when I have people on here stating and telling me, oh, it's okay, to take a break. Remember that question you asked me, Zach? You remember that question? What was it again? Did I see my limits? Did I, freaking ask that question? Remember that, Zach? Does that give you your answer, what he said? But the thing that aggravates me the most is when somebody's sitting here telling me that, freaking, oh, it's okay to take a break. It's okay, you know, not to do the podcast today. It's okay to, you know, not do this. It's okay to, you know, friggin' you just take a rest and take a sleep and do all this. But the thing is, when you listen to these moto videos and these inspirational speakers so fucking much, they are what the fuck is in your head. They sit there, and when I go to sleep and try to take a fucking nap or something during the day because I'm exhausted and I'm fucking tired, and then I have that exact fucking video replaying into my head, him sitting there saying, I thought you said you wanted this. I thought you said you wanted this as bad as you wanted to breathe. I thought you said that you wanted fucking you to succeed. I thought you said you wanted this more than anything. You must be lying to yourself, because here you are trying to take a fucking nap during the day. Here you are, you didn't even do anything to deserve that nap. You didn't do anything to deserve the rest and relaxation. You didn't do anything to deserve to sit around and play on Facebook, to binge watch Netflix, to sit here and play around and watch dumbass videos on fucking TikTok. You didn't fucking deserve to do that, because you should be constantly working and constantly trying to follow your dreams and your goals and that business you're trying to start. You're supposed to be sitting there fucking, instead of mindlessly scrolling around on fucking Facebook and TikTok and all these other fucking social medias, looking up different stuff of how to improve yourself. And I'm gonna kind of switch it a little bit. I thought you said you wanted to change. I thought you said you wanted to have a better life. I thought you said you wanted to get over these fucking mental illnesses. I thought you said you wanted to actually become better. I thought you said you wanted out of that toxic relationship. I thought you said that you didn't want you to have your abuser to have power over you anymore. I thought you said you made a commitment to me. You made a commitment to yourself. You made a commitment to the world when you let that shit come out your fucking mouth, because you said it. So why in the fuck aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it as bad as you want to breathe? You said it. And that's why I get so aggravated with you guys when you sit there and tell me, oh, it's okay. Oh, it'll be fine. Oh, it's so, you know, no, you could take the break. You can sit there and do this. You know, you sit there and do that. Don't worry about it. You know, yeah, you didn't give yesterday your all because you were in your mind, and because you were friggin', you know, you hit a limit, and because you were mentally exhausted. But you know what I sit here and tell myself to answer your question, Zach? Did you find out your limit? What if, looking at the bigger picture and thinking outside the box, what if yesterday or the day before I gave my all and I gave everything I could because I was at a speaking event? And what if I did fucking great and I did amazing, but the very next day I had to be at another fucking speaking event? And I reached my limitations and I was mentally exhausted. So what if that next speaking event that I went to, I didn't give my all? I didn't put everything I had into it. I didn't sit there and give the best fucking performance of my life like I did the next fucking day because I was tired, because I needed a nap, because I was mentally exhausted, because I was trying to pour from an empty cup, because I wasn't ready, because I didn't get enough sleep, because whatever, because I'm missing the family and friends because I've been out on the fucking road, because I didn't want this as bad as I wanted to breathe, right? I freaking didn't do my very best yesterday. Even though, you know, I had a few people tell me, even though, you know, fucking I think it wasn't my best, I had a few people tell me that's exactly what they needed to hear. But I almost didn't even do it yesterday. I was in my own head. I can't let my limitations like that stop me, because what if I get the opportunity to finally speak like that? What if I actually fucking am able to do and catch my fucking dream, and I'm standing up there on stage, and then I got to do it the very next fucking day? Or maybe I got to do it like some of these speakers talk about. They got to do it 2 or 3 times a fucking day. And I'm gonna fuck myself up, and I'm gonna fuck my dreams up because I gave the performance of my lifetime once that day or the day before, but I can't give the same energy and the same shit yesterday. Do y'all see and understand now watching that video? And the video goes on. The video goes on. But do you understand and see now what the fuck I'm talking about? Why I'm so hard on myself? Why, when I have these motivational speakers and inspirational speakers and stuff in my fucking head telling me these different things? Because I have dreams, I have goals, and I'm never going to get to them if I sit there fucking and take a lazy day for 3 or 4 days in a fucking row, or because I don't do these lives and podcasts because I don't fucking feel like it, or I don't have the energy, or I'm mentally exhausted, or I'm fucking tired, or I've got fucking, shit going on in my fucking life. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to create something. And I need to stop letting fucking shit like that get in the way of what the fuck I'm trying to do. I need to stop letting my own limitations that I'm setting on myself get in my fucking way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now reverse this shit and put it back on you. Reverse this and ask yourself, when you made that commitment, like we talked about earlier, are you staying loyal to what you said you were going to do? Are you staying loyal and losing that weight like you said you were going to lose? Are you staying loyal to the commitment that you made to yourself that you were actually going to go to the gym and eat healthier? Are you staying loyal and actually not letting that abuser affect you anymore in your life? Are you staying loyal and not letting him have the power in his life anymore? Are you actually being committed to the dream and the business and the fucking goal that you're trying to build? How bad do you want it? What are you going to sacrifice to get that? What are you going to do to get to where you want to be in life? How bad do you really fucking want it? Because if you just wanted a little bit, then that's all you're going to get. That's all the results you're going to get. If you put in a little bit, then you're just going to get a little bit. If you give it your all, then you'll get everything that you fucking want out of it. You'll get that and then some. If you fucking, like Eric Thomas actually, goes on to say, you got to give 120. You can't give 75 because that's average. That's what everybody fucking gives. They give average. And then you got a few people out there that sits there and gives 100% and they're above average. But that's all that they give is just 100%. No matter whether it's your job, your family, your spouse, your friends, your fucking goals, your dreams, whatever it is. You're being average, or you're being just a little bit above average to make yourself a little bit fucking known. What you should be doing is doing 120. You should be going above and beyond what the fuck you should be doing in life. You should be fucking posting more. You should be friggin', learning more. You should be researching more. You should be able to figure out new fucking bad habits and sacrificing and evaluating and evolving yourself. You should be doing all of this shit. But it all depends on how bad you want it. And only you can make yourself do this. Only you can stay loyal to your commitment that you made after the mood has long left you. With that, I'm fucking officially done. Almost 2 hours. That was a long one today. Almost 2 hours. I was fucking making up for yesterday, damn it. Come back with a fucking fire underneath my ass. How you like that shit? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I love you, my love. You heard that? Anyways, all right. I'm going to get the fuck off here. I feel a lot better today, if you couldn't tell. A lot better energy. I hope some way, somehow today, and all those fucking memes that I friggin', rattled off, that I helped you, and that I was able to, friggin' make me light a fire up underneath your ass or resonate you in some way. I hope that today, after you listening for me for 2 hours, that you will really understand what the fuck you need to do in your life and understand that you got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. Eric Thomas does go on to say, like I said yesterday, I'm gonna leave off of this. He never said You gotta want it as bad as you want to drink water or eat food or sleep. Because you can go off of fucking days without sleep. You can go off of, what is it, like 3 weeks without eating. You can go off of not drinking for 3 days. You see that? But how long do you think you're actually going to survive if you can't breathe? What? Maybe 3 minutes? 3 minutes? I know at like 30 fucking seconds, like I feel like I'm dying. I'm doing what the fuck I gotta do to try to fucking breathe again. Do what the fuck you said you were going to do. Attract the loyal people by you being loyal to yourself and keeping the commitments that you said you were going to do. Long after that motivational mood you were in, an inspiring mood that you were in has left you. So, get the fuck off here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Make the rest of your life the best of your life and start it today. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not Monday. Start today. Eric Thomas also said that too. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. And always remember 2 things. You're stronger than what the fuck you think, and you're not alone. Peace.